It's ladies like what? It must be Sarah on the mic. We're sweet little Holly, got the sugar, got the spice. We're keeping us tight, we're guests on the night. Linked up with Urban Spirit Studios. That's right. And I'm not a rookie on this all-star team. Me and Holly get you hooked like we're fishing for green. This is home, never leaving us talent alone. Yes, it is my city, it's my throne.
Right, so we've got G on the podcast today.
Hello.
I feel like we need some like boxing gloves coming across the screen or something. Or
Yeah.
like you need to do like a little, do you know how you do your intro to a fight?
Do some little shadow
Like,
boxing.
yeah.
Bit of Rambo.
Like
Is it Rambo? He's a boxer, eh?
Rambo?
Is it Rambo? I'm trying to think. Yeah, you two are so young. Do you know what? Scrap that.
Scrap that.
Do you know what everyone says to me though? They're always like, "Oh, have you watched this fight? Do you know this boxer?" I'm like, I don't know. I just do it.
Yeah.
I don't really take an interest in who else is boxing. It's about me.
What got you into boxing?
So when I was working at Beer Keller, we had like these people come in and they were like, "We're doing a fight night type thing with different bartenders across Knots."
Yeah.
So it was like a bartender versus bartender and all these bars versus different bars.
What?
And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll probably drop out, but I'll do it anyway. And that was 2 years ago now.
It was bar brawls.
Pretty much, yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I'd be the first one saying, right, I ain't doing that.
I know, but
Screw that.
But me and my mates were, I think we were probably drunk or something. We're like, yeah, we'll do that. We'll probably end up dropping out, but we'll do it. Yeah, of course. And then we actually did it. And then I just stuck at it. And then I had my second fight in December. So almost 2 years later, but a bit of a hiatus. But
What is the boxing preparation? Like, what do you have to go through? And what can you have and not have? Like, you can't have acrylic nails.
yeah, you can't have nails, no lashes, obviously no drinking for like a good, it should be about 8 weeks. You shouldn't be drinking. It should be. I'm not
should
saying
be.
it is, but it should be.
So you
Yeah.
said that on camera now as well.
She's not speaking for herself. This is other people. It should be.
This is what it should be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what I've done. We're not talking from experience, but what it should be: eating clean, running every day, in the gym twice after that each day. It's very like you have no life. With uni, it's hard to like balance.
Yeah. So wait, twice a day in the gym.
So you'll do
What do you
like
have to do?
a run in the morning, then you'll do strength and conditioning, which is all like it's not the same as like traditional weight training. It's more like lower weight, higher reps, trying to get a more explosive movement just to boost your like punch power and whatever. And then you'll go into the boxing gym later that day. This is usually how it's structured anyway. I'm not
Yeah.
saying this is how every day went because it's not. But and then you go to the boxing gym with your trainer, do some sparring or do some pad work, bag work, that sort of stuff, drills, footwork.
Wow. So would you say that you're really conditioned now?
No. Christmas happened and that was it. Went straight out the window after that.
It's Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's an excuse not to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, and I've got a December birthday, so it's my birthday, Christmas, New Year's, and then I was like, you know what, really can't be bothered to go back for a little bit. So I took like a month off boxing and I'm back in now.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of females that do boxing?
I'd say it's not enough, like in the sense of like when we're sparring, obviously when blokes spar, they can spar someone similar height, similar weight, whereas girls, you're either fighting someone really disproportionate or you're fighting a bloke who will go light on you, so then you're not getting really the full
Yeah.
experience. There's not enough women in the sport at all, but
So then would you say that if you did win against a man, you'd feel like the people wouldn't think it was a fair fight?
yeah, in sparring anyway. Oh, you obviously wouldn't like scrap a bloke because it's not fair, but
Yeah.
if you were sparring a guy, they'd be like, yeah, that's not a
Take it easy on
real,
you.
it's not, they're just taking it easy on you.
So that's part of the stigma then.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of women aren't hard enough to do it and stuff, but you watch some of the women, they're way more brutal than the blokes, I think.
I think that, yeah, when I've watched women boxing, it scares me.
It's more fast paced. Women
Yeah.
are throwing windmills at each other, whereas blokes are a little bit more like, right, let's go, like try and feel the other person out. Girls go straight for your head.
Like when
Yeah.
they get
Straight
more
away.
angry, don't they?
I was going to say that.
Got
Do you
so
think
much
it's
bottled up anger?
it's more like emotional?
I think so. I think it's just women though, isn't it? Like if you look at blokes on like a street fight after a night out or whatever, they're like punching each other, kicking each other, whereas girls are like hair pulling, scratching, like nastier in it.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I
Have
think-
you ever been in one of them fights?
No, never. I'm a lover, not a fighter, and I don't fight unless a waiver's been signed. That's my thing.
Yeah. Right,
never.
yeah.
I would never go and like scrap a girl. I'm actually a very calm person outside of that.
Yeah, you give those vibes. I would never have walked past you in the street and thought you was a boxer.
No.
Everyone says that to me, like, you don't look like a boxer. So I've got a massive tattoo there of boxing gloves.
Really?
Yeah, on the back of my arm, just
Oh, I didn't know that.
so like you can't tell me I don't look like a boxer now.
Yeah, when did you get that?
I got that after my last fight, which is funny because I actually didn't even win that one. But I was like, you know what? I want people to know that I can do
Yeah.
this and carry it on.
And do you know when you don't win, or if you don't win, does that really set you back? Like, what's the mental?
No, I'd
Impact.
say you learn more from a loss because you can watch it back and be like, right, I didn't do that right, and maybe I didn't train well enough, and it gives you more of a space to be like, right, sit back, watch it back, what went wrong, sort of learn from it. Whereas if you're winning every single fight, because you get these people who win every fight, get really cocky, and then someone who's a proper contender for them just knocks them straight out.
Yeah,
you
I
need
can
to
imagine.
you need to be humble in boxing. Like, you need to understand that you're not the best in the world, and sort of, you know, learn from your mistakes. I don't think you learn anything from winning all the time.
Yeah. See, I don't know a lot about boxing. You know how you got like the different weights, like welterweight, featherweight, heavyweight. I don't know. But do you have that with female boxing as well? Or because obviously you said there's not a lot of women. So how do you sort of like?
So the
fight?
girl I fought, we were actually the most recent one anyway. We were very well matched. Like, she was the same weight as me. She was a little bit taller than me, so obviously she had a bit more reach, which is kind of hard to fight someone like that. But we were pretty evenly matched. Whereas the girl I fought before was probably about a little bit heavier than me, so it's harder to knock someone back that way.
Yeah.
But I think in general it's pretty difficult. Like, some of the fights that night were really unfair. But there was this one girl who was 10 kg less than the other girl, and she absolutely smashed her.
You see that a lot, don't you? It's not all about how heavy you are.
Yeah, but I think sometimes when it comes to boxing, it has to be. It's normally, and with men anyway, it normally is that they have like a certain. You have to be this weight, or you have to get within that weight to be able to fight somebody. Yeah. Because it's sort of like, it isn't fair if someone was featherweight fighting against a heavyweight.
Oh my god, they're
gonna get they'll get knocked out.
But I'd say like a boxer, like a well-conditioned, proper, like in shape boxer who's top of their game versus a bloke who's 10 kg heavier than them, has never fought before. They get their ass handed to them like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you could call anyone out, then who would you call out?
I'm not calling out.
Holly's there. She's like one of them ringside girls, isn't it?
You know who I'd call out. You know
I know who you'd call out. I'd call her out too when I can't fight, but I reckon on her I could fight.
No, I wouldn't actually, because I think for me, like, I'd really find it hard to hold a grudge. I just sort of think, because I have such bad object permanence, and if I don't see someone for like a really long time, they don't exist to me anymore.
Oh my god, I'm the same.
Yeah. And it's bad with my mates. When we all went to uni, I just forgot they all existed. And then you lose contact with everyone. That's what I'm like. So I'm not good at being angry or hating people, because
I feel like that makes you just as bad as them. Then you stoop to their level, and then
why would I put my energy into hating someone? They don't deserve my energy at all. Do you know what I mean?
Love that. See, I'm more immature, and I think if I don't get you back, then I can hate you forever because you're the one in the wrong, not me. Which is more immature, but still, better than fighting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm straight. Let it go.
But you're like that, aren't you? You're very like.
Yeah, I'm like I don't see them. They don't affect me.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't pull someone's hair in the street if they looked at you funny or anything?
No, me. Come on.
No, you wouldn't do that.
Come on. Like, I think people think that about me, that I look quite aggressive, or if you see me walk down the street, I'm not smiling and stuff like that. But I'm not. I'm a pussycat.
What was your first impression of Sarah when you first saw her? Did you think?
I don't think you're the sort of person to go scrapping like you'd say.
She seems more of a fighter, I think.
I'm not.
I think you've got a fire in you.
Yeah.
Somewhere
I
deep
don't think I've ever really been in a scrap, to be honest. It depends how far someone's pushed me. I have been in a scrap, actually.
I've only ever once hit a girl outside of boxing. And that was like, I'm still not proud of that, because it was completely my fault as well. But I was really drunk. It was in the middle of, so you know when I said I don't drink during my training? My mate, who I hadn't seen, because she's now in London working for British Airways, she'd come up to Nottingham to see me, and I was like, God, we can't not go out. Like, we have to go out. And I was like, it's 4 weeks away from my fight, but whatever, we'll go. So we went, and we got absolutely bladdered. I don't remember doing this. This is what she told me. But apparently I was stumbling out the club as we were leaving, like, couldn't walk straight. And this girl had tried to, like, help me up, and apparently I swung for her. Because I thought she was, like, trying to start on me. But I didn't realise that she was trying to help me up. But I thought she was, like, trying to start on me. And I was just
But you're not yourself when you're drunk, are you? Like, that's not a representation of you.
No.
Unless it was like you was mentally prepared for your fight.
Yeah.
And because you didn't know what was happening in that moment in time.
I think you are a bit more on the defence when you're training, because you're used to sparring and people coming at you. So then when someone, like, I didn't know was, like, touching me, I was actually like,
Yeah.
I felt so
For the
bad.
hills after that.
Well, my mate was like, let's go. Apparently she was screaming, this girl was screaming at me. I don't remember any of this, is what I got told. Apparently this girl was screaming like, you're out of order. And I was like, run away. La la la.
But the hindsight the next day was
horror, because I didn't know.
We've all done it. Something or like another when you've had too many drinks.
Yeah,
the next day you feel
100%.
sick with yourself.
Yeah, horrid.
But going back to it, do you think that there's any stigma with females and boxing?
I think
what do you face?
Well, I'd say you have some really weird experiences, because obviously when you go into a boxing gym, it's usually you and like one other girl or two other girls. There's not a lot of women there, and a lot of the blokes will come to you and be like, oh, when you do this is what you want to do, and I'm like, you're not the coach, first of all. You're here with me, like don't tell me what to do. And these are blokes who've never actually had fights, and I've had two, so I'm like, I'm not trying to hear it from someone who has never stepped in the ring, because you don't know. I'll carry on doing what I'm doing. If the coach wants to put me up on something, I'm happy for him to correct me, but not from some lad who's probably like 17 thinking he's the best.
It's like the undermining you sort of thing as a female, thinking
and I went, I've had 2 fights, and he went, okay, fair enough.
It's like we talked about your bricklaying and how you are undermined like constantly, because
because it's like they look at you just like, because you're a female, sort of, oh, is she going to be all right, is she going to be able to handle this sort of thing? And it's like, well,
it's horrid, isn't it? It really is, like the way that we're perceived. It's just so strange. And like I say, in boxing, you'll go in and they'll be like, oh, do you want me to go light on you? I'm like, no, I actually really don't. I really don't want you to go light on me. Like, look at me. I don't need you to go light on me. It really is a wind up, and but then 90% of the time you have some blokes will come up to you and be like, I'm really happy you're getting girls into the sport. So it is really like 50-50.
I think for some guys it's sort of like that ultimate fantasy as well, to see girls fight. Do you ever get that? You know, when some guys are like, oh yeah,
do you know what,
fight, I'd love to see you fight with another woman as sexy as you. Do you know what I mean?
It's really strange, because on my Hinge profile I have a picture of me with blood dripping down my face, because I just think it's funny. Like, it's just the last picture on my Hinge is me covered in blood. And all my messages on Hinge are like, I'd let you punch me in the face. I'm like, are you all right?
Boring.
Strange behaviour.
That's guys though. Like, they do come out with some really weird things.
But like the amount of times it's like, I'd let you hit me in the face. I bet we could go for rounds. I'm like, please leave me alone. Please.
Yeah, what's your typical response to that?
Blocked.
I would hit you.
I don't. Do you think I respond to these kind of people, Holly? There's no chance.
I'm just asking.
No
Sometimes
chance.
it's fun just to see the response from them.
Or you'll get blokes.
We've done it before, haven't we?
Yeah. We did a whole Tinder to see like the responses from people. It's crazy the stuff that they come out with.
And to teach men what's the best way to message a woman first. Little bit of a life lesson.
That's not how you speak to a lady, is it?
Yes. Sort it out, Jonathan. It's not right, is it? So you said like how like maybe you're not taken seriously by men. What is the sort of like performance you'd do to like make them scared of you?
Make them scared of me? I just show them my fight tapes and I look at this.
Yeah.
Watch that. Yeah.
So before you get in a ring, then when you've got to do like your whole performance thing, what would you do?
What performance?
Well, you have to like waltz around a little bit, don't you? And like,
oh, you know what? My last fight, I walked in like this, and then I got TKO'd. So I was walking out to Who's That Girl by Eve.
Yeah.
And my mate had a sign that said G's That Girl on it, and it was loads of pictures of me on it, and it was really good. And I walked out, and there's fireworks in the background. It was really cool.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
I walked out, second round, the medics called it off. They were like, no more.
What does that feel like?
I think for me, I was frustrated because I felt like I could go on longer, but I had blood in the back of my throat and I wasn't breathing because I couldn't breathe. And every time I breathed out, I was spitting blood onto this girl's face. It was horrible. And even mid-fight, which is so funny, my dad thought it was hilarious, I apologised to her. I went, I'm so sorry. And she went, you're fine. And then we carried on because I was I didn't want her to think that I was spitting blood on her as like a sort of like type thing, because I wasn't.
I would.
But like, because we had, like, I knew her as well, so it was a bit awkward because I did know her. She was actually in the audience of my first fight.
Really?
So, and I didn't want her to, like, it was never, the thing is, everyone watches boxing now and thinks it's a huge, like, performance. Oh, I hate you and your mum's this and whatever in all the press conferences. But in the reality of people who take it seriously and properly do the sport, it's a lot of respect for the other person. And getting in that ring is the scariest thing you can ever do. So it's sort of like, you don't have that same performative hatred for them.
It's like you have to hype it up, don't you, for everybody to come and see it so they can back aside.
Yeah.
But in reality, at the end of the day, it's a business, isn't it? It's a job that you've got to do.
But like women are different though to men.
But take it to heart.
Take it to heart. Do you ever find it like a little bit awkward or hard to fight a female and then them not want to be friends with you after because they've taken it to heart?
To be honest, no. Like, I really find like both of the girls I fought still, I really rate them both so much, and I hope they feel the same about me. It's like the first lady I fought was the manager of Mojo's.
Oh.
So every time I went in there, she was like, a tequila for her. She beat the shit out of me. Like, so you sort of just, whatever. And then the other girl I thought I see on nights out, and she's just so lovely, like proper nice girl. Like we hugged it out afterwards, like as you do, and it's not like you. I mean, I had blood all over my face in the end picture and everything because they take your photo with like the ring girls and whatever, and there's blood all over my face, and I'm just laughing, and she's like, "Are you okay?"
Oh yeah.
This might sound stupid, but is that not really painful? How do you do that?
What in the like
I'd
breaking?
be absolutely papping my pants. Someone coming with a fist in my face.
Yeah, getting smacked in your face.
Yeah.
When you get in, you have so much adrenaline that you don't feel it. So I didn't feel it till the next day.
And how did it feel the next day?
Not great, because the medics were like, I don't think you should drink something, because I had a bit of a concussion as well, and they were like, I don't think you should drink, like, because all the doctors came in and assessed me before I was allowed out, and I was like, whatever. I haven't drank in 8 weeks apart from that one night, and then so I got really drunk, and then I was just not well the next day at all, because I had a hangover, concussion, I had really bad neck pain.
God.
Oh my god.
Because obviously they're hitting you and you just go back like that. Yeah, no fun.
I could not do that. There's nothing that
Yeah, it's hard,
unless
isn't it?
you've got £1 million on the table, then I would do it. Even just $2,000 I think might persuade me.
That it's good fun, and even if you don't fight, the training is so good for your mental and everything. Like it's such a huge part of my week now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, you get some stress out and you feel like you've definitely done a workout. Like, because I do go to the gym, but have you ever like come away from like a gym session and you feel like, I don't really know if I've accomplished anything?
Sarah might have. I've never been to the
She
gym.
don't go gym.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I know what you mean. If you're feeling a little bit like, I'm not that bothered today, so you don't really put in so much effort, and then you think, what was the point of that? Unless you've got like some sort of a plan set out, and then I can see.
But I come away from like my boxing sessions and I've definitely done a workout. Like I know I've done what I need to do. So you feel accomplished, you feel good about yourself, and you can just, I don't know, I think it sets me up for the rest of my week, because I just feel like I've got everything out my system, and I feel quite zen.
So whilst you're training as well, do you have to have follow like some sort of like a diet plan, anything special?
Yeah, so it's typical high protein. You get your carbs in for your energy, for your running and stuff, slow release carbohydrates, and then before you go boxing, always have sugar, because I come out my boxing sessions like that.
Really?
Because I don't have enough sugar before I go in.
Oh, because of the energy that you're using during the session.
Proper shaking afterwards. I don't know if that's just me, because I'm anemic, so it's a bit like, might just be my iron, but I come out like that, and my trainer's like, you need to have sugar before you come in here, and I was like, well,
Was he really firm with you?
yeah, so my iron, so I used to faint all the time, it was really bad. I've sort of got more of a hold on that now, but yeah, I used to be, when I come out of training, I'm like shaking, and it's not great, but yeah, it's just, I think maybe it's the adrenaline as well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So what advice would you give to young girls then wanting to box?
Do it. Just do it. Get in there, because I know it's intimidating to walk in. Like I say, I walk into a gym full of men.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you think they're all looking at
bit
you.
scary, isn't
But
it?
I'll tell you for free, every single one of them wants women to get into the sport. And, you know, well, the ones that I've met anyway, I can't speak for everyone, but you get into the gym, they find it impressive that a girl wants to do it. And every male boxer you speak to will be like, I find it really interesting that you do that.
Aww.
So it's quite a nice thing for women. I think you should just do it, because it genuinely changes the way you feel about yourself, and it makes you feel safer, because you know that you can sort of
In a
handle
situation.
yourself.
Yeah.
If you ever got into some sort of complication, I know that I can mean right hook to the head and I'll be running away. Fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to move on to, really, because I don't know if you want me to tell people, but you're a Trent student.
Yeah.
Trent student, go on Ocean.
I don't take the full reputation with me. I think I'm pretty chill.
No, I was also a Trent student, so I cannot even. It's not a bad uni. It's a good uni, but
It's a good laugh, isn't it?
how do you navigate on nights out, walking home on your own? You don't you're not safe really.
Yeah.
Do you feel safer that you've got boxing on your side?
I'd definitely say I feel safer knowing that I can sort of give them a bit of a 1-2 and run away.
Yeah.
I'd never stand there and be like, right, let's
Have a full-on fight off.
fist fight right now. No, I'd say that but if I do feel like someone was coming up to me or one of my friends, I feel like I could.
Yeah. Because you're not getting nervous. I mean, I know when I was at uni, do you know when you're walking home on a night out, if a guy's behind me, I'm walking faster.
Or you cross the road,
Or
yeah.
crossing the road, I don't know.
It's horrid.
Even if he's not been suspicious or anything, I'm still not walking at a slow pace in front of you.
It's like my dad always says, he's like, if I'm ever because when he is walking at night or something and there's a woman in front of him, he always crosses the road because he doesn't want them to feel he's an issue or anything, which I think every guy should do. I think that's important, because even though we know that 90% of blokes probably wouldn't do anything like that, there's still a chance that something like that could happen.
Yeah.
It's like, when there's a swarm of bees, not every single one's going to sting you, but you're still going to run away from that situation. It's the same sort of thing. Like, we're not painting you all with the same brush, but at the same time we have to protect ourselves.
Definitely. It's just scary. Like, I wasn't really too bothered about it too much until what happened in Nottingham.
Yeah.
And then now, after that, even like walking down the road, sometimes if I saw someone a bit suspicious, I'd get an Uber. I'd be like, I'm not even
It's not worth risking it for a £5 or getting home. Like, it's not.
Literally £5 for your life. It's really not.
It's
and
not
I think
a
what
good
you
choice.
said is really important, not just for women but for men as well. If somebody was, let's say someone did attack you, at least you know, if you could just, maybe it's just one hit but you run. And I think that's where a lot of people get into a lot of issues, because they don't think, just run away, because running is what's going to save you ultimately, I think, rather than trying to have a full standoff fight.
No, absolutely, run. Because at the end of the day, you can be this really tough female boxer, but a 15-year-old lad could still overpower me 100% easily. Because they have.
It's about mindset though as well. If you tell yourself you can.
I think in the moment when stuff like that happens, you have obviously a bit more of an adrenaline rush and you can do more. I think if I was right here chilled out and someone was like, punch me now, whereas if they asked me to punch them in like a situation where I was feeling like, oh my God, it'd be way different. Because I feel like you've got more power in you when stuff like that happens. I think I have punched a bloke once pretty hard. Yeah, because we were on a night out and my friend, she's a tiny little thing, 5 foot tall, like little frame, like she's small, and this guy was groping her, and I'm a bit, when I get angry it's very rare, but when I do, and I was fuming, so I shoved him off her and I went, don't fucking touch her, like whatever, and he was like, don't touch me, and I swung for his head, so I punched him in the head and dragged my friend away and I was like, let's go, and we got kicked out. And they let him back in.
Fair, is it?
They let him back in, and I was, and it was a female bouncer on the door. And they were like, "You're barred from here." And I was like, "You need to take a strong look at yourself. You know what's just happened, and you're laughing in our faces."
Wow.
It was just insane.
And imagine what would have happened if you weren't there to show him that you can't be doing that.
Yeah. It's just, it is scary because I feel for girls like her where this is a bigger bloke, and what was she going to do?
Yeah, literally. What can you do?
My mates always say to me all the time, they're like, I feel 10 times safer when I'm going out with you.
I was just about to say that. You'd be the friend that I'd have on every night out.
Your unpaid bodyguard.
Literally. I was just about to say that as well. Unpaid bodyguard, literally.
Because I am pretty chilled out, but then if I need to be, I can be quite confrontational or like, only if it's needed. I'm never unnecessarily like...
Are you like that in the ring then? So as soon as you step in, is that where your head goes on and you start with the whole...
I think with boxing, you can't be angry in the ring. I think there's a bit of a thing where you watch these angry boxers go, I'm going to screw you up. And they get their ass handed to them because they're not chilled out and they're like bouncing around like ready. And the other bloke's just going to come up to them, give them a swift like 1-2, and that's them. But I think if you step in the ring angry and riled up, like I think you're going to run out of energy because you waste your energy on that feeling. It's a hard thing to like compose.
1000%.
So when it comes to fighting, do you have to do a lot of research on your opponents?
Well, I actually did I have my own boxing trainer, but then we also did like a boot camp style training with everyone who was doing that fight night. So I sort of knew her style, but the issue is we were both southpaw boxers, and it's really hard because as a
What's southpaw? Is that left-handed?
Yeah, so left-handed and on fire.
So you got your terminology strong.
I've watched a bit of Anthony Joshua.
Who hasn't? All for the wrong reasons. But it's like, so when you're a southpaw boxer, you tend to spar orthodox people. So then they have a disadvantage because they're used to sparring orthodox people. So typically you get in a ring with someone orthodox and they're ready for this, hooks to come from one way or the other. But when you're both southpaw, you're both at a disadvantage.
Right.
So it's sort of difficult to fight someone like that. And she was really, really good. Like she just, proper strong, stiff jab to the face. Quite a few times.
Crying. My eyelashes be off.
I was just livid though because it wouldn't stop. And once the blood started coming out, it was just everywhere. And I couldn't
it's like
breathe.
you knew it was over.
Yeah. So then we finished the first round. Medics cleaned me up. We went back in, and then I started choking on my blood.
Do you not get scared like I may die here?
No,
What if
I don't
choke on my own blood? I'd have a panic attack in the ring.
I think it's because of how big boxing is now. It's huge.
Yeah.
They have so much support on hand right there. If they see something, they'll know. So that's why they pulled me out, because they needed to check me over. And then the ref went, finished. Which I agreed with their decision. I wasn't angry, and because some people, when the towel gets thrown in, they go, I was ready for more. And I was like, you know what? They made a decision based on my health, my safety. It's not about how much of a good boxer I am. It's about, I could...
Is this worth it for your safety?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a sport. And I think that's a huge thing, is a lot of boxers don't take a loss well at all. They'll hang up the gloves the minute they lose a fight.
That's why I was surprised that you responded to that question like you did, because that's not common, is it, in boxing, for people to take it well?
I think a lot of the blokes, you know, tend to...
It's ego, isn't it?
It is. It's hard to take a loss, but it's also, like I say, you learn way more from it, and you know you'll be a better boxer in the future.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So you can tell us anything about your future plans, like what you want to do going forward, what you want to do with boxing?
Well, so the plan is, I don't know, I think I'll always train. I don't think that's ever going to be a part of my life that I don't do. Whether I'll continue fighting is a different thing, because it's a very, like, being boot camped for a fight is like the most, maybe it's just me, but I get so anxious, can't sleep properly. Like, I'm just so stressed about, you know, stepping in that ring.
Yeah.
And it's all you think about for weeks and weeks and weeks. And especially if you don't feel like you're quite ready, and I don't think I was, it sort of takes over your whole life.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I'll always train, but I need to be so sure before I step back in the ring. So that's why I'm a bit like, I don't want to say I'm doing another fight.
Yeah.
Just in case that I don't feel like I'm ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because I'm moving to Australia at the end of the year, I need to see what the boxing scene's like there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know, literally.
Do you know what? Something must be in the air, because another woman I know, she's moving to Australia at the end of the year.
Everyone's going.
I couldn't, the spiders there, couldn't do that.
Yeah, how would you deal with that? Because obviously you can deal with going in the ring, getting punched in the face, blood dripping out of your face, running down your neck. How would you deal with a huge spider that was at the time of
Literally, ready to swing.
Ready.
a huge spider just crawling in your car, let's say. You're driving your car, minding your business, and this huge tarantula.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I just like to live in the fact that I'm not going to see one. I don't know what I'd do in that situation, because apparently it's the small ones you've got to watch out for in Australia, isn't it? The poisonous ones.
Yeah.
The big ones are just...
Yeah, but they're like bigger than hands.
Yeah.
I couldn't eat. They put me off food.
I feel like I would fade away.
Fade away.
I would jump out of my car. This is why
I don't know what I'd
So
do, actually.
dramatic.
No, I am. You've not seen me around spiders. I cry.
I bet you do, yeah.
I am horrendous with big spiders, like garden spiders.
I think I'm all right with spiders, you know, as long as they're not going to, like, kill me or something. So that's why you need to know.
Yeah, but they are.
I know, but...
They are going to kill you.
They're not. Let's not manifest that, please.
Sorry. Yeah, maybe not. Just be careful, take care of yourself.
Yeah, and watch out for
spiders.
kangaroos as well.
Yeah, new sparring partner.
Kangaroos,
Yeah.
they're a bit fighters, aren't
Yeah.
They're feisty, they
Yeah.
are.
What, like the ocean?
Yeah, I was terrified. I've jumped out of a plane, I'll do anything like that. But the water, it's too much unknown. Don't know what's in
There
that.
is. We've not even discovered that yet, and that's another topic of conversation, but thank you very much for watching. That was brilliant. Thanks for coming, Jake.
It's all right.
We've loved it. You've given some great advice.
100%.
Brilliant advice. I might start boxing now.
You should.
I should.
You come
do
with
the
me, I'll
gym
train you.
first.
I'll train you.
Oh my God, right.
I've been saying I'm going to do the gym for.
She won't. She says, I went running yesterday. I said, did you? Where did you run? Oh, I ran for about 2 minutes. And then afterwards, after we got through the conversation, really, you ran for about 30, 40 seconds
Yeah, to the
possibly.
sunbed shop, went on the sunbed, then walked back.
And walked back.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's helpful.
I'll train you if you want. I will do
think
like a
you
little one-to-one, and you
Go on
can
then.
see what you think
Watch
about
me
it.
cry. You can film it.
I'll film the whole thing and love
You
it.
should do it. You'd be brilliant at it.
I
I
reckon
like
you
a bit of
would.
sparring.
You would be brilliant at it. You're feisty as well. Like, you scared me. You scared me when I first
Yeah, but
met
you can't be too feisty. Like I said, I've got to keep my head.
You've got to keep. You've
I
got
don't want
to
to get hit in the face and start
I'd
seeing
be too
red.
much worrying about my nose flutter I've just had. My eyelashes, so I'd be dodging them, like wanting forgetting to hit them back.
So then you'd be
I'd
good.
just like, just please don't hit me.
Yeah, we'll do you a little bit of pads.
Pay for
We'll be
this.
fine.
Yeah.
Let you hit some stuff.
Yeah, you might need it. You never
Look
know.
out for that in the future. We'll do
Yeah, then
that.
when Sarah winds me up, I can just